Captain Tae-ho Kim stood at the wide viewing window of the research ship Prometheus *. The stars stretched out before him like countless tiny lights. His ship floated at the edge of known space, far from Earth and its colonies. "Captain, we found something strange," said Do-Yun Park. She was the ship's scientist and Tae-ho's friend for many years. "What is it?" asked Tae-ho, turning away from the window. Do-Yun pointed to her screen. "An energy pattern we've never seen before. It's coming from that dark region ahead." Tae-ho looked at the readings. The energy was unusual. It pulsed in a way that seemed almost alive. "Should we check it out?" Do-Yun asked. The captain nodded. "Yes, that's why we're out here, to find new things." Just then, the ship's radio crackled. "Captain Kim, this is Mission Control. Do not go beyond your assigned area. Return to the normal research path." Tae-ho frowned. He felt a strange pull toward the energy source. Something important waited there. "Sorry, Control. The signal is breaking up. We'll continue our mission." He turned off the radio. Do-Yun raised her eyebrows but said nothing as Tae-ho ordered the ship to move toward the energy source. 3 hours later, they found it. A sleek silver ship unlike any human vessel. It floated silently in space, twice the size of the Prometheus *. "Alien craft," whispered Do-Yun. "Our first contact with non-humans." The alien ship sent a signal. On the main screen appeared a tall, thin being with pale blue skin and large, dark eyes. It wore something like a uniform with strange symbols. "I am Kilro of the Vordith Collective," the alien said in perfect English. "Why have humans entered this sector?" Tae-ho stepped forward. "I am Captain Tae-ho Kim of Earth, ship Prometheus *. We detected an unusual energy pattern and came to investigate." Kilro's eyes narrowed. "Typical of your young species. You should not be this far in space. Your technology is too primitive." Before Tae-ho could answer, both ships suddenly shook violently. Alarms blared. "Gravitational anomaly," shouted Do-Yun. "It's pulling both ships toward it." On screen, the alien crew rushed around in panic. Kilro shouted orders as the ships began to spin. Tae-ho felt a familiar sensation, a warmth in his mind, a connection to the space around him. He had hidden this feeling all his life, never telling anyone about it. But now, with everyone in danger, he closed his eyes and reached out with his thoughts. He could feel the gravity waves like ribbons in his mind. He could see how they twisted and pulled. And with a gentle push of his thoughts, he began to reshape them. Do-Yun gasped as she watched her instruments. "Captain, the anomaly is changing. It's like it's being controlled." Tae-ho stood perfectly still, his eyes closed, hands slightly raised. Sweat ran down his face as he worked to create a safe path for both ships. On the screen, Kilro stared in shock. "Impossible," the alien whispered. "The human is manipulating fundamental forces. Only the shapers of ancient legend could do this." Slowly, both ships stopped spinning. The pull of the anomaly weakened, then vanished. Tae-ho opened his eyes and steadied himself against a chair. Kilro's large eyes studied the human captain with new interest. "What are you?" the alien asked quietly. "Just a human," Tae-ho replied. But he knew everything had changed. His secret was out. After the communication ended, Kilro sent an urgent message to the Vordith leaders. "The humans are not what they seem. I have witnessed one perform acts that defy science. They may be connected to the Shapers. We must learn more." 2 months had passed since the strange meeting in space. Captain Tae-ho sat in a small room, waiting. Earth's leaders had taken him off his ship. They asked him many questions about what happened with the alien ship. "Captain Kim." A woman entered the room. "I'm Jae-yun Choi, genetic specialist." Tae-ho nodded politely. "Another test, another doctor." "Hello, Dr. Choi." Jae-yun placed a tablet on the table. "Your blood tests show something unusual in your DNA, something I've never seen before." Before Taeho could reply, the door opened again. Du-yun walked in with a tall Vordith alien. It was Kilro. The Vordith have asked to speak with you, Du-yun explained. She looked worried. Kilro's large eyes fixed on Taeho. Captain Kim, my leaders are very interested in what you did. No human should be able to control gravity waves. I don't know how I did it, Taeho said. This was not completely true. He had felt this power since he was a child, but always kept it secret. Jae-yun looked at her tablet. Captain, your DNA has a strange pattern. It's like someone changed it long ago. Changed it? Du-yun asked. Yes, and I found something else. Jae-yun showed them her screen. There are old reports of other humans doing impossible things. The reports were always hidden away, called mistakes or lies. Kilro stepped closer. In our oldest stories, there were beings called Shapers. They could control the basic forces of the universe with their minds. We thought they were just myths. A new alien entered the room. This one was taller than Kilro, with darker blue skin and fancy clothes. I am Naksu, High Observer of the Vordith, the new alien said. I came to see this human myself. Just then, all their tablets beeped with an urgent message. A nearby human colony was in danger. A huge solar flare was heading toward it. The colony's shields would not be strong enough. Millions will die, Du-yun said, her face pale. The flare will hit in 5 hours. No ships can reach them in time. Naksu looked at Taeho. Can you help them from here? Can you control the solar energy like you did the gravity? Taeho closed his eyes. The colony was far away, but he could feel it in his mind, a small point in the vastness of space, and he could feel the approaching wall of deadly energy. I can try, he said. They moved to a larger room with big screens showing the colony and the coming flare. Humans and Vordith watched as Taeho stood in the center. Taeho raised his hands and concentrated harder than ever before. In his mind, he created a huge lens of twisted space, a gravity lens that would bend the solar flare around the colony. On the screens, everyone watched in amazement as the deadly solar energy began to curve away from the colony. It was working. When it was over, Taeho collapsed into a chair, exhausted. The colony was safe. Naksu stared at him with fear and wonder. It is as our ancient texts described. The Shapers have returned. Later, alone with the other Vordith, Naksu spoke quietly. These humans are dangerous. If more of them have these powers, they could dominate the galaxy. Or help protect it, Kilro argued. We must learn the truth, Naksu said. And we must decide if humans should be welcomed or contained. 1 year passed. Taeho stood on the soil of the Vordith homeworld, looking up at tall blue towers that reached into the pink sky. He was the first human to visit this ancient planet. This way, said Kilro, leading Taeho and Du-yun into a huge building made of stone. Our oldest records are kept here. Back on Earth, Jae-yun had found more humans with powers like Taeho. A young man named Sun Woo Lee could move objects with his mind. Others could heal wounds or see the future. All of them had the same strange pattern in their DNA. Inside the stone building, Naksu waited with old scrolls spread on a table. These tell of the Shapers who made the stars, Naksu explained. They could bend space and time with their thoughts. Like Taeho, Du-yun said. Yes. Naksu pointed to a drawing of tall beings surrounded by stars. The Shapers made life on many planets. Then they disappeared. Taeho studied the ancient writing. Somehow, he could understand it. It says they left a control center at the center of the galaxy. Naksu looked surprised. You can read our ancient language. Before Taeho could answer, a loud crash shook the room. Armed Vordith rushed in, weapons pointed at the humans. What is this? Kilro demanded. The High Council has decided humans are too dangerous, said the leader of the armed group. They must be studied, not treated as equals. Taeho felt anger rise in him. The air around him began to shimmer. "Stop!" shouted Kilro, stepping between Tai-Ho and the weapons. "This proves nothing." From the back of the room, a new voice spoke. "Let them go." It was an older Vordith with wise eyes. "I have seen the truth in the oldest records. The Shapers did not die. They changed into energy and left the universe in our care. But they also created humans as their children, to take their place when ready." The armed Vordith lowered their weapons. Tai-Ho let the power fade from around him. 3 days later, a ship carrying Tai-Ho, Du-Yun, Kilro, Naksu, and the newly discovered Sunwoo reached the center of the galaxy. There, hidden in the light of 1,000,000 stars, floated a massive ring-shaped structure. As they docked with it, the ancient station came to life. Lights glowed along its surface. Inside, they found a large room with a platform in the center. When Tai-Ho and Sunwoo stepped onto it, a figure made of light appeared. "Welcome, children of the Shapers," said the light being. "You have awakened the abilities we left in your DNA long ago." "You made humans?" asked Du-Yun. "We guided your evolution," the light being explained. "We knew one day you would need our power to protect the galaxy." The being showed them how the station kept the galaxy stable, preventing stars from dying too soon and black holes from growing too large. "Our time ended, but we did not want to leave the galaxy without guardians," the light being said. "Humans with the Shaper gene will help maintain balance until all life is ready to join us beyond physical form." Naksu bowed deeply. "We mistook your purpose." Tai-Ho looked at the controls that could shape gravity across the entire galaxy. "We don't want to rule," he said. "We want to help and learn, as partners with all life." The light being seemed to smile. "That is why you were chosen."